Drake May is on the doorstep of destiny.
What's the destiny?
To take over from Josh Allen and reclaim the AFC East that is rightfully ours.
Wow.
Doorstep of destiny. Also on the doorstep of destiny. Ooh, Stefon Diggs revenge game?
So
Next week. Holy cow. We're on the doorstep of destiny. And the Patriots, yet again, are on the doorstep of destiny. Drake May is on the quarterback of the team on the doorstep of destiny. It's revenge season for Stefon Diggs back in Buffalo. I'm just letting everybody know we're on the doorstep of destiny. Oh yeah, sorry. Puck County Philip Football is here to say we're back on the doorstep of destiny.
We're going off the rails on a crazy train.
Live from New York. It's a show that's currently behind the doorstep of destiny.
What is this?
I just want to hammer home that I was right about absolutely everything.
Come in.
Who is it?
Oh, it's the team of the 21st century is who it is. We're on the doorstep of destiny, now we're out. We've entered the foyer or the mudroom of destiny as we are back. Maybe Super Bowl contenders? Maybe the cream of the crop of the AFC East? Woof. I am just on an epic run of being. I feel like you a little bit for the last
correct.
3 years.
The last 96 hours for you have been like what? Yeah.
Through the doorstep of destiny. Run it again!
He's going
Twice! We're back through! We're back to the doorstep of destiny.
I'm happy for you, K-Dub.
Oh, wow! In me!
Why are you taking
I
a
don't
shot
know,
at
because I'm back to being myself. I'm finally free. Had to be able to play the nice guy for years. Now I can be my jerk self. On the doorstep of destiny, Drake May throws for almost 275. Stefon grabbed 10 passes for 146. The Patriots forced 3 turnovers, walk out of Buffalo with the W. If anyone wants to go through the doorstep of destiny, feel free.
Okay.
It's like a spa. You come out there feeling great. What did the Patriots prove?
They now have to make the playoffs.
Oh.
That's how, prove, I guess maybe I'm not, grammatically answering the question, but they proved to me that anything short of finding a way into the playoffs in this year's AFC now would be a disappointment. Their next 3 games are Saints, Titans, Browns. Later in the year, they still have 3 left against the Jets and Dolphins. They are in my opinion, solid team. Going into the year, I thought they could make the playoffs, but it was partially because I thought they could be solid and partially because of the schedule.
Now the Bengals are no good, too.
Right. So the Bengals are no good. We'll see, honestly, not poking, what the Ravens are. Ravens in Week 16 might be the scariest team in the league because they might have to run the table to get in, or they also might have packed it in.
Yeah.
Right. If I were you, I would today feel 2 overwhelming emotions. One is just excitement and vigor.
Yeah.
Because to me, that was your guys' best win since Tom Brady was your quarterback. Because even the Mac Jones year you guys made the playoffs, at least for me, maybe not for you, felt like, okay, this is a cool story, but this team has a pretty hard ceiling. So I would feel that, and I would feel the most exciting feeling in football, which is now every game really matters. Now, like, you have the angst of, if you were to lose to the Browns in 3 weeks, you're sick to your stomach for 4 days because the stakes really matter. But that's a fun feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for you in that regard. And I think they're a good team. I think they're a solid, good team.
Take it.
Ready for me to go?
I would love it.
Let me reiterate
Here we go.
how happy I am for you.
Okay.
All right? Because you got to win, and you haven't had one in a while.
This feels like when you say you like Geno Smith.
What did the Patriots prove yesterday? It pains me to say this. Nothing! Not a darn thing.
Why?
About the doorstep.
You know what? Maybe they proved something.
Okay.
Okay.
That nobody's going 17 and 0. The Bills were gonna lose to somebody. Unless you think I'm just trying to purposely rain on your parade, let me bring some perspective.
Okay.
Last year, you started the season beating Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. That was
How'd that work out?
that was week 1. Week 1 is a liar.
Oh, okay. Was it week 1 2 years ago when you also beat the Bills? And then what did you guys go 4-13 that year?
Most years. They
And
go
the Jets beat the Bills that same year on national TV in the standalone game when Aaron Rodgers got hurt. So this will help you. Just bring it down a notch. Because all I'm saying is divisional games especially are tough, hard-nosed games.
That part, yes.
And so I'm just saying, like, they proved that the future could be bright. Drake May looks like the real deal.
Yep.
But 2 years ago when you beat Buffalo, guess what Mac Jones did? 25 for 30. 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 125 passer rating. You look like you got a good coach, all right? So you look like you could do something. But go ahead, you know what? Go beat New Orleans, who actually played pretty well yesterday. Go beat New Orleans.
Okay.
Go beat Tennessee.
All right.
And go beat Cleveland. Win your next 3 games.
Yeah.
And then
Sure.
maybe I'll start taking the Patriots
I think, by the way,
seriously.
That's fair.
I think that's
I mean,
fair what he said at the end. Yeah,
everybody's
take care
gonna,
of business
yeah,
over the next 3.
I mean, it's a good win. Don't get me. I'm not saying it's
It's a
not a
great
good
win.
win, but y'all did it 2 years ago.
Well, can I go through some
Please.
stuff? I feel like every question has been answered about Drake May.
That's maybe a bit
Every-
A little
but-
recency
every
bias,
question?
but it was like, I don't know. It's Jaden's obviously number 1. Like, is he? Well, now Caleb's
They
going to
got a
make the
good
run.
one
Bo
yesterday.
Nix is going to be better. Like, I don't know. Are we sure Drake May is not the best quarterback in the class?
We're not sure of that. We're not sure who the best
We're not-
quarterback
no,
in the class
it's-
is.
That's right. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just.
I mean, right now, I think people would still have Jaden right now. I think it's
he's
fluid.
earned
No, but I think right now
but
Drake
Jaden's
probably
earned
would
it.
be 2 for most people. I think for
Yes.
most people it'd go Jaden, Drake, and then I would say Caleb. Some people like Bo,
Right.
but I
it's
think
open,
he's a firm
though. It's
too.
open.
Yeah,
I'll give you
that's
that.
positive.
I feel like this question, no one believed in this guy except the Patriots front office
you.
and me and Cardi.
In
Stefon Diggs. It's the first back-to-back 100-yard game we had since Hall of Fame adjacent Julian Edelman. First 3 games getting warmed up. Last 2 games, he's gone over 100 yards both times. He had 146 yesterday. The pregame interview,
yeah.
the only interview I can compare it to was Dan Lanning after they beat Penn State.
I thought the same
He
thing.
is
KW.
covered in sweat, maniacally
emotional
focused, yes, like ready to like be shot out of a cannon.
So I want to let you. I just want to add because I wrote down Diggs. That to me is one of the biggest questions about this game. And I know he had a good game the week before. But was this, a once great player channeling his, the last A triple plus game of his career because of who it was against and where it was? Or was it a once great player who's now healthy and now you have a number 1 receiver? Because that to me is a question. But if you get 80% of this Diggs moving forward, it's
great.
massive.
And quickly, Wiles, I know you got a lot of stuff. This is what he did for Josh. Now, he was better
good
than,
take.
of course,
Yep.
but great receiver coming in with the young receiver and taking that, or young quarterback and taking him to the next level. And so far, he's helping Drake that way.
It sounds ridiculous because I was talking upstairs. Drake had a great game. If he doesn't catch those, Drake doesn't have a great game.
Correct.
No, right.
We lose
He
the
had a-
game,
he
and
had a great
we haven't had a guy who can catch the ball, make great catches. And finally, Brew, what's the ceiling? I'll ask you. Here are I'm taking out week 1. Just lose the Raiders game, call it the extra preseason game that we lost.
Well, I mean,
take out-
it does.
what else?
It actually counts. But
It does count. But
the Raiders are horrible. I don't know
Since
who
we,
can believe
you know, you can say like since we got, you know, Christian Gonzalez got back, whatever. We're 6th in points, 7th in defense. Drake May's pass rating is 4th, and
I think we'll all
get
agree on
first
what the
downs.
ceiling is. I think we will all agree. I think the ceiling, and I think you would be over the moon. The ceiling is be the highest ranked wild card and go to either Pittsburgh or the AFC South winner if Indy falls off and win a playoff game.
I would take that.
And make the divisional round and then lose to a grown-up contender. You know what I mean? A grown-up contender, an experienced team.
Yeah.
I think that is.
I agree.
I think.
Do you think that's the ceiling?
That's a nice ceiling. I just think there's an element of like vibes on this team. That, I don't know. I got a lot of recency bias, but like in the locker room, it was Stefon and our rookie kicker who is like.
That thing would have been good from 85 yards.
Unbelievable.
That might have been the greatest pure kick I've ever seen.
Vibes are really interesting in New England.
Vibes are always great after your best win in a half decade.
That's true.
And so I don't want to temper enthusiasm, but I think we all agree. And I think that would be an amazing year. If we are here in January and the Patriots have won a playoff game, that is unbelievable.
Again, if you want to walk through the doorstep of
I
Destiny,
have no
just give it a
interest
shot.
whatsoever. I'm here for you today, buddy.
Brew, do you want to walk through the doorstep of Destiny? Maybe
Look,
later on the show.
I'm
Maybe in the
trying to
break.
be calm
Measured.
and yes, measured.
Okay. Meanwhile,
Go
Josh
beat
Allen.
the Saints. That's all.
Last undefeated QB until the clock struck midnight. 2 touchdowns, but threw a pick, botched a handoff. Here he was last night, completed 71% of the passes, over 300 total yards, Brew, but 2 touchdowns, 2 turnovers. What do you make of Josh's performance?
Well, look, obviously from my critique of the Patriots, I'm not putting too much into this game, so I'm not trying to sound any alarms. But last year he had 6 turnovers total in the whole season. He's had 3 in the last 2 games.
Correct.
He had 2 yesterday.
And in critical moments.
Yeah. So, and I think, and you mentioned the critical moments, so much is on his shoulders. Like, he doesn't have a number 1 receiver. I mean, despite
I thought
what
Deion Coleman was
yeah,
Deion Dawkins convinced you guys.
I think Khalil Shakir is their best receiver. But he's not
He's
a true.
their
I
most
don't think he's a
reliable.
true number 1.
Yeah, no, Keon is supposed to be at
It's
some
supposed
point.
to be, but I mean, and James Cook is really good, but so much is on Josh's shoulders, and I think it was kind of a throwback game. It was back to 2022 when yes, he's going to be Superman and do some great things, but he's going to be reckless
without
and
the
make some
deep
mistakes
shots.
too.
Like with
yes,
so that's
yes,
this is to me they have. Baker Mayfield last year led the league in picks or second
Yes,
most picks.
led the league.
But I said, and I think most people agreed, it was okay because
41
they had
touchdowns, too.
41 touchdowns, and he's slinging it downfield. The Bills have pivoted from we're gonna make one big mistake. If we're a boxer, we're gonna get knocked down once in this fight, but we're gonna knock you down 3 times. The third one's gonna be a knockout. 2, as you would say, Floyd Mayweather. We're going to throw a bunch of jabs and we're going to beat you on points. If that's the style, you can't make those mistakes because you don't have the quick strike offense to get back at it. And so I'm not going to overreact either. I think right now, the entire AFC, there is not a perfect team except for the team that by the end of the year will be perfect and wins the conference every year. But, I mean, they do. I mean, they win the conference every year. But they're not a perfect team yet. But I'm also not going to have a double standard the way seemingly every other show on TV will. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Have you guys seen Josh Allen deep ball numbers? What happened to the player we once loved? My goodness, look at the passer rating. Look at the attempts a game. What's happened with Josh Allen for this year? What's happened? Now, do I think that's because Josh Allen has atrophied as a player? Of course not, because I'm not a moron. However, if it's fair for the best quarterback in the league for these graphics to pop up.
This is 5 games. When we do Mahomes, we don't do 5 games. We do 20-something games.
We do 20-something games intermixed with Super Bowl appearances and Super Bowl victories. This is 5 games for a player who seemingly needs to be improving every year since he's never actually gotten over the hump. Again, I think it's more of a stylistic choice. But if you're going to play this style, then the turnovers kill you.
Dirty pool.
Why is it dirty
Because
pool?
Mahomes himself says he wants to air it out more, and he's not doing it. Josh hasn't said that.
I don't.
We do that graphic because Mahomes says he wants to do it.
He wants the light show.
Okay. All right. So if that's. Josh, that graphic's unfair. We shouldn't use it.
Dirty pool adjacent.
I think it's a statistical accuracy.
We should put some graphics in yellow.
He also, now he was a rookie, but he also had, Xavier Worthy last year. Not this year, for most part. But last year he had a deep threat. But I agree with your point about, they have purposely said we're going to be dull.
Yes.
Every month, once every 5 games, Josh goes Superman and does something incredible. But for the most part, they just play pedestrian
So this
football.
is what was flying around. Bills had gone 26 straight games without losing the turnover battle, and they lost it last night and lost the game. It feels like they saw hey, we win the game if we don't turn the ball over, and that they prioritized it.
But again, I'll wear the black hat. If we can't get through the T's without saying, and that's you mostly joking, I think you serious, how impressive really is the Chiefs scoring 37 on Baltimore? Yeah. Then we can't get through the Bills segment without saying, how impressive is a single thing on their resume?
Agreed.
I understand they scored 41 on Baltimore instead of 37 while resting the starters in the fourth quarter. But that game, was a miracle win. The Jets, they blew out. That owned them from start to finish. The Jets are the only winless team in football. Miami, they're tied with 8 minutes left. Right. Mike McDaniel's walking off the field looking like the saddest man in America. Right. The Saints, they're up 2 with 8 minutes left, and they just lost to New England. Yeah. So, if the deflation of impressiveness from beating the Ravens hits no team harder than this team, because we were looking at them as juggernaut adjacent because we thought we saw them go toe-to-toe with another juggernaut. We now know that evidently was not the case.
I buy that. Let's head to Philly, where the Eagles had yet another weird game, and this time it cost them. They blow a 14-point fourth quarter lead and then fight over a Hail Mary that wasn't to be. Brewer, are the Eagles in trouble?
No. And I predicted this. I would have been covered in confetti had your Patriots not won, and you one-upped me in the picks. But I picked this because I just felt they're going to lose at some point, the Eagles, and they'll probably lose another game or 2 or more. And, I thought this was a good chance for Denver to do that. But no, I don't think they're in trouble. Now, look, most people, when they don't win the Super Bowl this year, most people will say, you saw it all year. It just wasn't right. I'm not saying that. I'm not picking them to win the Super Bowl. I'm not even picking them to get to the Super Bowl. When I say nothing's wrong, I mean they're still a top-flight contender. They will still be right there in the mix in the NFC playoffs with viewed as one of the top teams to go to the Super Bowl. So that's what I mean by nothing's wrong. One thing, I don't like the coordinator at this point. I'm sorry.
I don't know how you could.
Right. And it seems like, Nick, and I'll bring up Baltimore quickly. Why can't they get the right balance? Now, I guess you can say last year the Ravens did with Henry going for almost 2,000 and Lamar having a great year. But this year they couldn't so far. And they go 4-0 with Jalen throwing it 25 times a game. Then out of the blue, you come out and he throws it 38, and you only run Saquon 6 times. That's the fewest amount of carries he's had as an Eagle for sure. But I believe in his entire career in a game in which he didn't get hurt or wasn't coming back from an injury.
Literally, probably since he picked up a football.
Right? Yes. Actually, probably. You're absolutely right. And so I don't. And now, Nick, maybe, and I think you made a good point last week when you said maybe they're practicing. Maybe they're seeing, okay, can we throw it more? And I would be fine with that. I don't think that was the case, but I would be fine with that.
I don't think that would be a bad strategy.
No, I think they're fine. Obviously, the offensive line isn't what it was last year, but I think they can get it going again. And I do not think Saquon is washed. But I get it. His numbers aren't great. I would stand behind him and say he's still the same
Don't you
guy.
think there's a difference? There's a big delta, though, between washed and the exact same guy he was last year? Couldn't he be somewhere closer to, the guy of last year than washed, but not...
Yeah.
Because that's what I think. I don't think he's washed.
Look, the numbers are insane. We wouldn't see this in any other player.
Well, we're seeing it with Derrick Henry right now.
Yeah.
Similar, 125 to 53.
And so, again, wash to me implies...
Wash it, it's not...
means your
not
career's
wash,
over.
yeah.
I just think, do I think he is likely to have a down season? I do.
But like this?
I thought he'd get like 1,500 yards, which was saying a lot because nobody's ever done that.
And 1,200 I thought would have been a great year, and right now they'd sign up for it. I want to give you, Wilds, some real data and then some fuzzy data.
Love it.
Okay? The real data is, as I said last week, Philadelphia, play a normal game challenge. Impossible. They have had, through 4 games, 2 of the 5 worst passing halves any team has had across the NFL this year. They now, through 5, so there it was. The Eagles, the worst half and the second worst passing half any team's had all year in any game. They now are on this same list for the worst rushing halves anyone has had in a game all year. And by the way, added fewest yards rushing, they had the lead most of the half. So in theory, some teams are down a ton and they have no choice, but no. So
and that's the second half. When you're up 17-3.
Exactly.
Heading into the fourth quarter, usually
so
you're
like the
run
Lions
the ball.
at Green Bay were down the entire second half, week 1. They're not running the ball.
And you have a rushing quarterback.
So they can't.
It's not
on top of that.
So I am not opposed to them saying let's work on the passing game during the game. But some semblance of normalcy or balance, I think, would be helpful.
Yes.
So that's the hardcore data.
Give me the fuzzy
Here's the
data.
fuzzy data. You know who thinks the Eagles are in trouble?
Oh. Yeah,
Show. Kevin Wildes tweets on the Eagles the 21 days leading up to the Chiefs game. 18 in 21 days. Almost one a day. Since then,
I'm a front
one.
I am a front
One.
What do you want me to say?
This guy is worried. He's worried.
So Chris Bumbaka of USA Today had this headline. I'm like, this is exactly how I feel. Loss to Broncos shows Eagles can't or won't run Saquon Barkley. And I think that's the question about the whole team. Are you not doing stuff or you can't do this stuff? You can't get the ball to A.J. Brown, or are you choosing not to strategically? And I know they're like, we're the Eagles. We're like water. We take whatever shape that we're in, or we're like a chameleon. We can, adapt to our environment. No, I'm saying that.
Okay.
It's like, we can play any style.
Yep.
It's like, or you're just identityless. That you just come in and you're like, I don't know, what are we going to do this game? Throw the ball, run the ball? It's very hard to wrap your head around what this team is. I'll tell you what they don't feel like, Brew, champions. They don't feel like a championship team who knows who they are, who has an identity for success and wants to just run the table. Or just like play consistent football with an identity.
No, I think you make some good points there. And I think, and you do too, Sirianni is a very good, like his record is his record. The dude wins, so you got to give him credit, plus he's got a Super Bowl. But he doesn't come off as serious as a Matt LaFleur, and I'm not, LaFleur hadn't won a Super Bowl, but Sean McVay, he's a little silly. And he gets into it with the fans and the opponents, and he talks trash. What I'm saying is when the coach is like that, it's almost like I think that's why you have the chatter out of the locker room. Some coaches, you're not going to have that type of chatter. Belichick, you weren't ever going to have that type of chatter coming out of the locker room.
The Chiefs last year, when they were having a similar year to this, there would be none of it.
Right. You don't hear, there's no random players going to say something.
Was internal.
Yeah. And so that's all I'm saying. That can lead to
also it might just
being
be
kind of all over the place.
In over his head. It might be that the offensive coordinator overly reacts to the media criticism
Which
of the previous
it looks
week
like,
and
yes.
overcorrects.
Give the ball to Saquon Barkley.
Well,
Well,
their head coach,
we were saying throw the ball a week ago.
well, again, there
But
has to
can
be
we
some
find a
semblance
balance?
of balance.
Right, can we get a balance?
Oh, wow.
Ooh, what grade
What
will
is this?
Professor Broussard give the Cowboys? The large question. Oh my goodness,
no.
it's obscene. Bro, what are you doing? Man of faith doing gross stuff. Oh. And the Doorstep of Destiny. After the break. Pixelated out. Cowboys keep cooking. Greg Jennings is here. 2-2-1. Dak threw 4 touchdowns, while Javonte Williams, who Brew has always supported,
Always.
Privately.
had 135 yards, found the end zone. Okay, here's how this season has graded out, Brew. B, C+, an F game against Ben Johnson and Caleb, but then an A- for the tie. Seems to be headed kind of in the right direction,
Who knows?
except the F. What
But
grade
that
are you
was-
giving the Cowboys for yesterday's performance?
Well, let me clear something up first. Because a lot of people think I just live to hate on the Cowboys. When in actuality, I just call it like it is.
Just call balls and strikes. Yeah.
If you're a tomato can, I will call you a tomato can.
Okay.
If you play like a bunch of pop lockers, I will say so. If you bring your F game, you will get an F.
Yeah.
All right? And yesterday, the Cowboys were fantastic. Dak was phenomenal. Loved the post-game shirt, too. Javonte, third in the league in rushing.
Right.
He has bounced back. I was worried about that ACL because I loved him before that surgery. But he has been great this year. And the defense, which looked like one of the worst in the league, held the Jets. I get it, it's the Jets, but still held them to 3 points in the first half.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys, I am showing major love. What? Where's the grade? Where's the grade?
Hey, Jerry. Congratulations. I say, Jerry. Congratulations. No Micah. No problem. No CD. No problem. Dak Prescott might be the MVP. Versus the Jets. Versus the Pats. A games. A games. A games. A games.
Well, they're the best every time. Well done,
Excellent
fellas.
work, my man.
Thank you,
Excellent
as
work,
always.
brothers.
As always.
We
Excellent
appreciate
work,
you
as
guys.
always.
All
See,
the
Cowboys,
people
I got
say-
love for y'all when you deliver.
All the people
Good job.
said.
All right, Greg, follow that up.
I mean, it's hard to follow that up. I don't have him at an A game.
Yesterday,
I
you
thought,
didn't think?
No.
Wow.
I would give him a B, but I'm not the grader.
That's
You
right.
are, so it doesn't matter what I give him, does it? Look, offensively, this is a team that we all felt like this was what they were going to have to do anyway. And Dak has been spectacular in the obviously the Green Bay game. He was great. Yesterday he was great, and I think he will continue to be great. What has been awesome is that guy right there. That guy right there, George Pickens,
Great.
has been great for them. And then just utilizing your tight ends. We know they have tight ends that they love in Ferguson, but everyone else, Turpin, Tolbert, all these guys are stepping up. And Dak, for really the second time in his career, I feel like is making everyone around him better versus earlier in his career when we were questioning, is Dak worth it and all these things. It was like, okay, you bring in talent to make him better. He has been the difference maker. And so I love what I'm seeing offensively. I'm not sold on them defensively because they still gave up a ton
But
of yards.
going into the year, we said they were going to have to try to be
The Bengals.
the poor man's Bengals
Of last year.
And thus far this year, they're not the poor man's Bengals. They are on par, if not better than the Bengals of last year.
You think?
The-
I mean, the Bengals
the-
did win 10
the-
games. I mean,
the-
I think they're pretty much.
The Bengals, they finished with 10 or 9 wins, maybe
Oh,
9
was it
wins,
9?
and they're 2-2-1. So I guess it's maybe almost directly on
Similar,
par.
yeah.
But they're doing it without their version of Jamar Chase the last couple of
Correct.
weeks. And here's Dak's 17-game pace. And
They
his,
have a run game, too,
his MVP case is similar to Joe Burrow's. If the record doesn't matter, I'm playing the position as well as anybody. It's not my fault the defense can't get a stop. And this is why sports can be so funny. Because he is kind of on a reputational free roll this year.
Yeah.
And if the biggest Dak critics have alleged he's a guy that gets tight in the biggest spots, if those people are correct, narratively, it makes sense that he would be playing some of his best ball right now.
Yeah.
Because unlike the years where they truly were S-Bob,
Yep.
they're coming off a 6-win season. They trade away Micah. It's all glory with very little stakes, and Dak is balling. Now, that feels like a backhanded compliment. I don't mean it to be, but he is. I do think he is playing his position as well as just about any player in the league, and he's playing, in my opinion, the best ball of his career, and he is doing it under less than ideal circumstances. They have a good, not great offensive line. They have a good, not great running back. No offense to Javonte. They don't have CeeDee Lamb. I thought without CeeDee Lamb, it was going to fall apart. And they're putting up 35 seemingly every week.
And if you look throughout Dak's career, when he's had a running game, doesn't have to be the best in the league, but a good run game, he's always been
He's been
good.
excellent.
Cowboys, Carolina next week. Rico Dowdle, they've got to buckle up.
Dowdle had 200 this week, didn't he?
He
It's your
did.
guy, too.
Yeah.
You supported him.
Rico, I
Publicly.
wanted him to bring Rico back, but
Last
I'm
week,
happy
Brew,
with Javonte.
you famously came in a hospital bed to the show. Well, this game must have made you feel even more sick. The Texans scored 6 touchdowns all year. Yesterday, they scored 5 in Baltimore. In 4 losses this year, bro, they've given up 40 points, 430 yards, and they don't have a takeaway. Are you
By the way, in the
surprised?
win, they. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. They gave a ton of yards, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Are you surprised your Ravens have looked this horrible? Oh, no.
the Ravens and I have had a great run.
No. We can't do this in the B block of the show.
What are we, like, going down memory
Can
lane?
you watch the run? It's been a great run.
Bro, you can't give.
Boy got rhythm too.
You talking about yourself? Bro, you can't abandon it.
You are not retiring the role.
You
You
can't.
can't, bro.
No, when
This has to be
Can the
something-
brother do his thing? The robe and the sandwich and the Jordans. It's about being S-Bob. It's about going into another elite team's house and making them feed you.
Don't know they fed you, didn't they?
They made you a
Yeah,
sandwich.
they fed us sandwiches and chips
But they-
and soda pop.
Oh, I thought you fed your. Okay, I didn't know.
They fed us. We made them. They didn't want to. We made them.
Got it.
Now let me see the schedule.
Okay.
I'm not gonna come up here, and I don't think the Ravens would want me to. Come up here and gloat because they go to Miami. I don't even know if that's at Miami. And make the Rock Steady crew give them some food. I'm not gonna gloat because they go into Cincinnati and make Jake Browning give them his robe. There is one opportunity left for me to gloat, and that is week 17 at Green Bay. That's the only elite team left. Maybe if the Patriots really get rolling,
that's home.
real talk,
Oh.
if that's home though.
Got
But
it.
if they really get rolling, maybe I'll, do a little something. But my point is this. Can I get the box?
No.
I am not abandoning my Ravens. I stay on my Super Bowl pick, and I am rolling with y'all.
This needs to be
But-
a creative decision for the group.
But
I agree.
until further notice, the robe
Oh, this is brutal.
and the bit are on life support, like the Ravens. Again, I expect them to bounce back when Lamar gets healthy and the defense gets healthy and all that. And maybe there's a new DC, we'll see. But I expect them to bounce back. But until further notice, the Ravens are on life support, as is the bit.
Holy cow! That felt real.
It was tough because
It also
I
felt
love
like
the
something
Ravens.
we should have been consulted on.
Yeah, because that's actually a
collectively.
show.
But real talk, I'm supposed to come up here after they beat Pittsburgh
Honestly,
and
yes.
be like, they
Yes.
kicked their feet up
Pittsburgh,
when
yes.
they were getting
They just
At
need to
that
beat
point,
when
anybody.
they got trampled by other teams that are
at this
good.
point,
They're
any
not
win,
better than Pittsburgh.
At
No.
Brew, at any win, you should do it.
I will be happy if they beat Pittsburgh. I will be happy as they march toward 10 wins and
You
all
just
that.
gave up
But
on the Ravens.
No.
What?
No. All I'm saying is I'm not gloating. I'm not No, that is saved for the big boys. Okay. So when they play another big boy, Green Bay, and we'll see about your Patriots.
What a moment. This was a moment for the show. I thought it was just a regular B block.
I mean, the question is surprised that Ravens look this bad. I was gonna say yes to that. I'm surprised. I'm more surprised at Brew. I'm like,
Broke your
like I
spirit.
said, I keep
That's
it
just
real.
like you don't believe it.
No. Did
got
not say they steal my Super Bowl pick. I am not backing
There's
off.
no possible way that team
What
is your
I am
Super Bowl
saying,
pick.
they were my Super Bowl pick, and I am riding till the wheels fall off. What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna gloat after they beat some mediocre, sorry team.
And I guess all I would say is, oddly, now is the only moment where you could gloat because of that, because they also appear to be a mediocre, sorry team. If they were 4-1, going into Miami wouldn't be impressive.
moment.
Yeah.
But
You
here
will
is
be
my
when they
larger
go into Miami
takeaway,
and
KW.
Rock them boys.
It's official, not Bruce thing. Not the Bruce thing isn't official. We know who the team is. That we said.
Oh, you're right.
You and I, on the show and off the air, when we said every year there's last year's Niners, the year before's Bengals, the year before that Rams. The team that everyone had penciled in as a great team that's going to have a great season. Going into this year, those teams were Lions, Eagles, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs.
Right.
Which of those teams is going to be the fall off a cliff team? It's them.
So they're out of the playoffs as far as you're concerned.
I am not 100% writing them out of the postseason purely because the Jets, Dolphins, Browns, Titans, Raiders, and Bengals, sorry Raiders, are all in the AFC, which means 7
their
of the other
division,
10
too.
teams are making it.
Yeah.
But I am absolutely writing them off of anything championship related.
So I think my issue with the Ravens, is they just don't have anybody that can cook or carry the team. Like when you look at the Chiefs, if
Outside
Patrick
of
Mahomes was out, Andy Reid would step up and fill the void.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.